YouTube. This is Chuck Reynolds, and I welcome you to my channel. And what you're looking at here is a 30 mesh screen. And if you remember one of my other videos, this blue bucket was almost full, about 3/4 full, about up to here. So what I've done, I took that 30 mesh and screened. This is 30 minus. That's about, well, I can't even tell you how much that is. It's a lot. And this is the 30 plus. And I think I'm gonna have to do here to make everything flow right. We're trying to get ready to run it on the table. And so far I've got this. It took an hour to screen all this because this, like I say, this is a 3/4 full. And this bucket here, if you can see, the shadow line is right here full. And that one's right to here. So now we're separated, but now we got to do something with it, and there's a ton of magnetics in this. Let me show you. These are this is a magnet I made years ago, so it's just a nail and a spring out of an ink pen and some 3/8 PVC. So what you do, you push it down and you do this, and look at there, look at all that. You let go of the nail and there it goes. So you think, okay, so that's black sand and dirt. Now this is the 30 plus, and you would think, because I've screened it minus, that all that was out of here. But guess what? It's not. So there's more black sand there, magnetic black sand. So we're going to have to separate the magnetics out of this stuff and go from there. So anyhow, I thought I'd keep you up to date on where I'm at with this stuff. I know a lot of you have seen the video where I was working on this bucket here, and I actually panned it, and it was just way too much material and too small of gold. So this will be the Royal Miller table we're going to use. So let me see what I can do with this black sand magnetics. All right, guys, so bit number 2. So I'll do some of these. I've already pulled some of this. This may be a big project. There you go. Okay, look for the same, so I can wait a while. Yeah, keep going after it. Now this is the 20 plus, 30 plus. I've got bigger magnets. What's nice about these magnets is a little piston here that you do that and it releases. So that's really good. I'm going to be back. I'm going to show you 2 other magnets that I have. This orange one here is manufactured by A&B Prospectors, and you can see he's in a Mesa, and these really do the job. And look at that on the bottom. Now the problem is, if there's any gold, you can't. It'll grab the gold in between the black sand, but it releases the same, but you get much more quicker. And you can see that's like doing five of the little ones. Now this is strictly magnetic. Any other black sand in here is non-magnetic. So that's how that one works. Now this one is made by Keen Engineering. Similar idea. It's really old. Much smaller bottom, picks up much less. And I think there's something amiss inside of this one. The plunger doesn't work really good. So you're not getting nothing. I might as well use the little one as to use that one. So anyhow, that's the Keen Engineering one. All right, guys, so this is the 30 plus now. You can see by the shadow on the bucket here that it's much less material in there, and it's not out. I don't know I can ever get it all out, but we'll try it with one hand here. And there's just a teeny bit right there. And so for the most part, you get about the same amount each time. That's just the fines in there. But this is the magnetics for the 30 plus. I mean, that's almost a half pan full of magnetics. I'm not sure how I'm going to run these. I might run them through the infinity sluice, cleanup sluice. So now we've got 30 plus non-magnetic, 30 plus magnetic, and we still have the 30 minus magnetic. All right, be back. All right, guys, I just want to show you one little thing here. I used the orange magnet. You remember this big orange guy? And the reason you got to be careful doing this is because the magnetics will grab non-magnetics. I mean, gold isn't magnetic, but if you use this big magnet, it's going to pick up non-magnetics between the black sand that is magnetic. And to show you that, I just spent a little time pulling all of this black sand out of this blonde sand. And if you look here, there's still some black sand here. Pull that out. But all this other is blonde that's not magnetic, but it got pinched and got put back with the magnetics. And I've seen guys use this in the stream, cleaning up their black sand, and they pinch the gold in between it and dump it out on the ground. So if you're going to do this kind of thing, you always, always, always got to put it in a pan when you take it out with the magnet. All right, be back. Well, guys, I guess it's time to break out the Royal Miller table. And this one is a special one. I got the new option that they have. It's an option that allows it to put itself together. So I'll be back and show you. Guys, so not bad, huh? Automatic setup. Don't you wish that was true? It isn't true. I did it myself. So let me show you a couple things here. If you look right up there, that's my light from my green screen. And that lights up that deck pretty good. See, I still have a shadow here, but it really helps to see how good this is running and see what's going where and whatnot. The other thing is, if you look here, it's my 35 amp power supply. Now, Royal recommends having a battery so you can use it out in the field, and I don't know why anybody in their right mind would do this out in the field. To me, when you're in the field, you want to mine to get as much gold as you can and as much concentrate as you can. Bring the cons home and then run it on the table. Just my opinion. That's as far as it goes. Okay, the other thing that I have, and like most other guys have the same thing. Let me see if I can get to you here. Is my bilge pump controller. It's a speed control, and this one's 12 volt 30 amp. Washington Beach Mining sells those. They're amazing. I've used it on this before. I've used it on the high banker. I've used it on my sluice, my cleanup sluice. So I've used it on everything. It works really good. So let me get a couple more items here and we'll get started. So I like to have my box at about 35 to 37 degrees. That's where we're at now. This is a digital angle picker upper. So anyhow, it works really good. So I'm at 37.8. That's close. And we'll just turn him off. What do we got going on here? Just a little 9-inch level. So this is accurate up to 3 times its length, and it's right dead in the middle on the bubble. That's my side to side, so that should run pretty flat. So now we'll put some water in this thing and we'll get it get the weirs full and do all that happy stuff, and then we'll be able to start. Not bad on that, guys. On that protractor, the electronic protractor, it had 37.8. I didn't zero it, so it didn't know what to think. So I zeroed it to level, and so now it's at 3. All right, guys, only 2 things left. I got the water in here. Now we'll plug in the pump and elevate this front end and get the weirs full, and then we'll put some jet dry in. Okay, so let's plug him in. So it's picking up water. So let's fill these weirs up. Okay. So that's full. Do a few drops. We're high on this side. A little bit of jet dry. So we need to lower you. Probably raise him. Let's bump the pump up a little bit. I'm way down on that, yeah. Let's go wide open here. While that's running wide open, everything's getting full. We'll get the bubbles out. Okay, so that's 100% on the pump. So now we'll back it out because it's way too fast. That's about 60. That's about 50. I like to run it about 40%. And you can't see right now, but this is a nice even flow here. But it's still way too fast. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's just starting to break. So let me get you over on this other side and you can see that water coming off. Be back. All right, guys, you can see a fairly good sheet of water all the way across. So we'll try to work some of this material. I got a pan here of the 30 minus. We're going to run the first little bit with the magnetics. Don't really care, but it's dry and I need to get it wet. So let's wet this thing. I guess you don't need to see me do that. I'll be back when I get it. Okay, let's do a little test. As I said before, don't ever run this table or any other table with your material dry. So this is, I've wet it now. Let's do a few up here and see where we're at, see how it's going. And another don't is don't touch this up here or this down here. You can do anything you want down here. That's okay, but if you're going to hit it up there, you're going to cause it to lose gold. So what I usually do is this card. You can make it go up like that and release on the bottom end, or even move it in like this. They give you this card. It's a kind of a plastic business card. Pretty cool. Now it might be a little on the slow side here, so let's make a change. Let's run our pump up just a touch, because I'm probably about 35 there, so let's increase a little bit. Oop. That's too fast. Right there, that looks pretty good. Let's look and see what we got. Now this overhead light works really good for this. See, I don't have any shadow here. And there's a piece of gold right there. This is an empty bottle. No, you can't get that one. That's one. See, these are small. Don't be looking for nuggets or stuff like that. You don't want to see any gold down here. All right, guys, I got 21 little bitty colors in that last scoop. This is all that's left of it. And I don't know how long it's taken. I didn't time this one, so you can see that's not gold. And you can take all this off the table. It starts fresh. When I say a scoop, we're talking about this little bitty shovel. You just want to spread it as good as you can like that. Like I said, don't touch this, but you can work this lower edge here. If you see something, you can stop it from flowing with this. A lot of yellow rocks in this. Well, every scoop isn't going to have 21 colors in it, but you're going to get probably a little bit out of every one. And this is what I do, push water up to it and let it run back again. And it really helps to move this quick when you're running this small stuff. You can see it running here, how fast it's running. It's running fast in the middle. That's coming from up there. That will just give it a little helping hand there. And it's not easy to see. You need a good light. And this unit does not come with a light. And that's why I'm using this as my green screen light. I just stopped it there. There's one. There we go. Two. Right there. Three. I'm not sure if you can see them on the camera or not. Now this has the magnetics in it, and the magnetics thing is going to be an experiment. I didn't want to tie up too much camera time messing with it, but we'll just keep going here. I think it's a little harder with the magnetics. Guy's pretty light there. When in doubt, take it anyhow. You can always throw it away later if it's not. It does clean up pretty quick. Now I'm running about, what am I on that? Probably 45 to 50% on the pump. You just got to work it. It's faster than the blue ball. That's 10 I've got out of this one so far. And it looks like a lot, but you know, it's fine gold. It's like flour gold. The hard part is trying to distinguish that it's gold and not something else like white rocks or yellow rocks. And it's really hard being indoors like this. There's one right there. 11. Well, that's a white rock right there. This is going to be I'm going to speed this video up. 13. What do you want? Oh, yeah, thing off. So let's keep on. It'll take about 5 minutes to run one of these. Okay, be back. All right, guys. Well, that 2-scoop batch, I got about 30 colors out of it. You got to remember, though, 30 colors on here is, it can be like 800 mesh or even smaller. Now, that's a pretty healthy scoop right there. We'll give it a little bit more. You can't do it fast. I'm sorry. You just can't. But I'll show you how easy it is to pick up gold once you see it. The problem is seeing it. Well, right here is one. Really nice little one. You can put the card there and hold the water back. Then you take your snuffer bottle and go on the downside of it and just let it go. And there it goes. I got it. That's the biggest one I've seen so far. Once it sticks, it's more than likely gold. Not always, but most of the time. See, there's a nice one right there. Made my dam there now. You're going to get a couple of specks of black sand too. So all I do is go downstream of them. There you go. I got it. I got it. No. All right. All right, now you can see it. So this was all level here, and I've probably taken 6 or 8 of these little shovels out. Okay, guys, that's going to be it on this one. I don't want to bore you forever, so I'll probably shorten this up a little bit by running everything fast. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you picked up a few of the tips on the setup and how to pick up the gold off the mat, because that isn't paint on the royal. Some of them just use a green paint or a black paint. Now this is like a rubber matting that has texture to it, so it works really good. It's a good machine. I'd recommend it. So anyhow, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, give it a great comment, come back again. Thank you so much for watching this one. I know it's kind of tedious, but hope you enjoyed it. Well guys, I just did a snuffer dump here using my camera, and the camera doesn't want to zoom in too good, but there are so many little pieces here, it's just almost impossible to see them. You can see one up there in the corner, and one right beside it, and 2 or 3 in there. They're all around in this pan. Wish I could give you a better shot of it, but I just can't get there from here. There. Yeah, I thought I was going to show you all this little gold. And I'm trying, but not doing too well. Everything's kind of blur. Oh well. I did it really well on the phone, but I can't get it off the phone and onto the website. So, all right.